Hello, good evening. I made it to day 26 of my 30-day challenge. Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk about sexless relationships. I was just walking home from my office this afternoon thinking, what am I going to talk about today? And then one of the commenters, David, who makes so many interesting comments, talked about sexless relationships. I think that was the terminology he used. And this was in response, I think, to another comment about being single, the best people are taken, and that person missed intimacy. So let's talk about intimacy and sexless relationships. And I responded to that I miss intimacy comment saying that most relationships are sexless. Well, I don't think intimacy is present in most relationships. That's a sweeping statement, but I think it's probably true. I think with most couples, they get to a point where there are other things that are more important than sex, such as the mortgage, the kids, the kind of life they've created together, the habits, the family, networks, etc. And I think a sexless relationship is defined as, I think it's less than 10 times a year, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. But I think, when you are in a partnership, I think there are other things that become more important. I myself have been in a sexless relationship. And even though I'm a sexpert, it created a massive conflict for me because I was thinking, wow, I'm making all this content about sexuality and the person I'm with, I'm trying to avoid intimacy with them. But at the same time, I didn't want to leave them because there were all those other things that keep a couple together. And talking about the love languages, I don't know if it's one of them, but for me, one of the most important things has to be the how are you thing in the morning, in the evening. How did you sleep? How was your day? And all these trivial and not so trivial things that you go through in the day. It's nice to be able to share those things with someone and feel supported. I think that's really, really important. Probably more important than having epic orgasms. But yeah, I think sexless relationships can be a real problem when that can happen kind of like naturally over time, and then maybe it suits both people to have, sex less than 10 times a year. But what's really hard is when one of the partners wants more, and then that creates this really awkward situation. I've been on both sides of it. I've been in a situation where I wanted more, and the feeling of rejection was just awful, of not feeling that, I wasn't good enough for that person, they didn't fancy me, feeling undesirable. And also, that was at a time when I started to make lots of erotic photos and content, and I was getting all this attention online from men, but the guy who was in my bed gave me none. It was so annoying. But maybe that was part of it. I don't know. But that was a very difficult situation. But you have to think about how important is sex to you. I know that one of the love languages is physical touch. I think that's definitely one of probably my love language is definitely first and foremost physical touch. I think it's so important to feel that closeness with someone, because I'm not really like that with people in general. Here in Spain, there's often, people are quite physical, quite tactile in non-sexual, non-intimate situations, such as, two kisses and hugs and all of that. And I'm very distant with my personal space. I'm very protective of it. But once I kind of get intimate with someone and I'm emotionally involved, then I'm all over that person. And it's very, very important to me to kind of maintain that intimate contact. But yeah, so sexless marriages or relationships, they can be challenging. And the real challenge comes when you do feel a strong attraction to someone else. I think I read somewhere, I think I wrote potentially in an article for El País about sexual incompatibility. You can do therapy, you can kind of like approach it in many ways or seek professional help. But then when you find someone that you don't need any of that and it just flows naturally, and it's just that's the kind of objective I have anyway in my personal relationships. Yeah, so sexless relationships. I do believe that most relationships are pretty much sexless, and sex is not the most important thing, even though I think it is very important. What do you think? I would love to know your opinion on this topic, and I want to thank everyone who's been making regular comments during this challenge. I read all of the comments, I try to answer all of them, and I'm searching for topics for the next few days. I was actually going to talk about sport and how going to the gym changed my life, and I walked down today, but then when I saw that comment about intimacy and sexless relationships. That's what sparked today's video. And yeah, I do think these topics about relationships and sex and dating are the ones that seem to be the juiciest and the ones where we feel most lost in our lives. So let's talk about it. Okay, so please inspire me for more videos. I'll be back tomorrow with more. And thanks for watching, and a special thanks for everyone who's been following me on this challenge, who's been supporting me, and those who are making comments. Thank you. Mwah. I'm looking forward to reading the comments on this one as well. And also, if you have any topics that you'd like me to share and you don't want to comment, please don't hesitate to write to me at venus@venusohara.org. And I'll be back tomorrow with tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful day.